Hey, Truck, I'm 9 years old and looking in the streaming. I am very motivated and want to be famous like Ninja from Fortnite. Any advice? This is the most important question I've ever been asked. It's powerful. And you clearly put a lot of thought into it. Here's my first piece of advice. Forget about Ninja. Ninja? You're 9. Ninja's 29. Why are you watching this stream? What you need to be looking at is a king called Tommy Innit, aka the Ninja of the Youth. Today's Marketing Monday is about the best business, life, and startup advice that I've heard in a long time. Powerful advice that I think inspired me when I read it, and I think will inspire you guys, and hopefully we can talk through it in a funny and interesting kind of way. That's all we're asking. Hopefully we'll go out a little bit more intelligent, a little more thoughtful than we came in. That's all I'm trying to do. So, this is a thread by Nick Hubner at Sweaty Startup, a man who did a unique, I believe, storage startup and got a 7-figure exit. So he did pretty well. He dropped what I think is the single greatest advice thread on Twitter. You can decide. We're going to go through it. He starts off by saying, I've gotten a lot of bad advice in my career, and I see even more of it here on Twitter. Time for a stiff drink and some truth you probably don't want to hear. Which starts off a little bit edgelord. I was a little bit worried when I saw that. I was like, okay, we don't need a stiff drink for your fucking tweets. The first one is college isn't worthless for everybody. All the successful folks who tell you college is worthless went to college. What does that tell you? It's not about the learning, though. It's about growing and learning how to say ideas. So let's talk about this right off the bat. This is one of the harder ones of the thing. Let me tell you something. I personally know multiple people, especially people who worked at Twitch, who did not have college degrees, and they made it to work at Twitch and they worked fine. I also know for a fact that almost nothing that I learned in college has been useful in my real life. So that's that. What I do say often on my stream, the degree helps. The degree helps. And I know this because I've hired people and I've looked at resumes, and just having the degree is often a way to get your resume through the first phase. Like, do you know what I'm saying? The power is just the certification. Miami is not the next tech hub. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you're not on fucking tech Twitter, it probably doesn't even register in your brain. This probably doesn't even bother you at all. But if you've been on tech Twitter, there is so many fucking people talking about, oh, I'm moving to Miami. We're going to start startups in Miami. Miami's going to be, and it's like, that sounds so stupid. Miami's going to be underwater, dude, in 20 years. And the reason is, I think, because of taxes and because they hate the politics of California. I'm not for all of it, but in general, a lot of it is like, I just don't want to be taxed to pay for other people, which is, okay, not a good philosophy. Construction costs are insane because of hurricane codes. Vacant land doesn't exist. Property insurance has arrived unasked 20% for the past 5 years. So this is something nobody talks about. Dude, this happens in California too. I'm going to try to explain it really simple. Businesses will not buy a building or an office or anything unless they can get insurance on it. They just won't. It's too risky. What if there's a hurricane? What if there's a fire? The problem is insurance companies are like, yo, these places are getting more and more risky every year. So insurance rates go up. California, it's because of fires. If you want to buy a house in California and get fire insurance, it has gotten so expensive that most companies won't even offer it. And so the government stepped in to do like this fake fire insurance because you need it. So if there ever is like a catastrophic fire or hurricane, it's going to be a problem. This is the first real piece of advice I thought was like, oh, damn. Okay. Starting a business is not right for everybody. 95% of folks are better off getting a job. It's hard as fuck. Decisions are critical and plentiful. Risk is for real. Stress can be crippling. Delegation can be impossible if you're a poor communicator. Most folks don't have what it takes. This is legit advice. People who tell you to start a business are not thinking about what that means. It means a lot of fucking stress. And by the way, having a job that offers you the money to do things you enjoy is not a bad thing. You know, I think people are like, man, I should just quit this job and start my own business. Theoretically, you could, but don't do it because you're stressed. Because chances are, to get a business off the ground is going to be more stressful. I think you guys are misinterpreting. Steal chat's ideas for your job. Brilliant. Give me an idea right now. Give me a marketing idea. Your films. I want to steal it. What's your idea? Frames win games. That's my idea. You made this. I made this. NVIDIA graphics trading cards. What a stupid idea. I would never, ever write that down in my phone and bring it to a pitch later. I would never open up my notes app. What was it again? It was so stupid. NVIDIA graphics trading cards, he said. I'm putting it in my dumb column. Technology isn't as far along as the media makes you think it is. We're 5 years away from autonomous vehicles. Alexa still can't play the song I want a quarter of the time, let alone make decisions and learn. Robots fall on their faces when they're not perfectly flat on the ground. This is also true, and I think people, I think we intuitively know this, though. This is not like a game changer. If you look, you can find articles from 5 years ago saying we're 5 years away from autonomous vehicles. So they were wrong. You can find articles from 10 years ago saying we're 10 years away from VR being a mainstream thing. You can find a lot of articles where they're like, it's just 5 to 10 years away. And like that usually ends up being longer. Okay? Real estate is not a good place to start. This is based because boomers and your parents will tell you that they think this is the good investment advice. Buy a house, get a starter home. Real estate is not a good place to start building your investment, okay? If you have rich parents or you're already gigantically wealthy, yes, you can buy a bunch of land and buildings. It is a very slow way to start to make money, extremely slow, and also assets are in a bit of a bubble right now. Someone in chat put it more succinctly than me. They put homes grow at 4%, you can invest and get 10%. Let me tell you something. If I'm gonna flex, by the way, I actually shouldn't say this. This is against everything I stand for because it makes you do the wrong thing, but I'm happy about it. I made 12 grand today off of my NIO stock. 12 grand today. Okay? Now, does that mean you should pick a random fucking stock? No, I don't. It's luck. This is still luck. I wasn't a genius. It just says People G pick a random stock. All in on Tesla. Yeah. All right, you guys have my advice. Yeah, that's the real advice today is take all of your money and your mommy's credit card. The real thing is to get mommy's CC and those 3 little cute numbers on the back. Type that into Robinhood. Buy OTM options on Tesla expiring next week. Boom. Suddenly, you guys got a house in the hills. Now, the fucking big one. Chasing your passion is a bad idea. And it's the best way to end in heartbreak IMO. If you're passionate about it, so are other people. It'll be competitive as fuck. You're more likely to make emotional and bad decisions. Chase opportunity now and your passion later. Damn, dropping a truth bomb. I've phrased it a different way in that I think passions change. Passions are very whimsical. I was extremely passionate about StarCraft and League of Legends professional play. And if I told myself, this is what I have to do, this is my dream. Because literally at one point I was grinding League 15 hours a day. And eventually, thanks to the failure of IPL 6, I decided to go into the marketing side, the business side, which worked out quite well. And if I had said, no, you know what? My passion's League. I need to be a pro player. Then the best I could have done probably is make it to the LCS, be in a season or 2, and then get cut for a better player from Korea, right? That's probably what it would have been. I would have wasted 2 more years. I'm just saying, passions change. I don't even like League. I fucking would rather fucking gouge my eye out with a spoon than play fucking 15 hours of League now. Your passions change. So, what I would say, and that's what I always say, is that getting good at something is much more fulfilling. Getting good at something makes you passionate about that thing and also gives you that center that reduces anxiety. So that's my advice on that. And his advice is basically a little bit more market oriented. It's that if you want to open up a trendy bar, there's a lot of people that want to do that because it's cool. So it's very competitive. Your margins, which is the difference between what you bring in and your cost, basically your profit, are thin. In a competitive industry, you don't make very much fat margin. That's why this guy went into fucking storage. Storage is competing against old, lazy businesses. Like, what's the one with the orange key that has like every fucking storage center? Anyway, Rent-A-Center, things like that. Old, lazy businesses. He used tech and did a little bit better and made a bunch of money because no one was going into it. Less competitive. So going for opportunity first, things that jump out to you, and making a little bit of money and some connections and getting established helps when you want to chase your passion later. So getting rich quick isn't possible. Fucking have you met Ludwig? Have you met Ludwig, Nick Hubner? I fucking met that kid when he was broke as shit like 2 years ago. Broke as a joke. The man's in a $2 million mansion now. You can get rich quick. This isn't possible. It's crazy. It is unlikely. That is fine. Isn't possible. It's crazy. We know Billie Eilish got rich quick. That's possible, but it's just not probable. And it shouldn't be what you bank on. The media tells you the stories of the overnight successes, but that's all bullshit. It gets clicks, but it doesn't work that way for 99% of successful folks. Okay, he actually brought it home a little bit in the end, but I think in general, it's possible. Giving up is often the best choice there is. Too many people drag along projects with poor odds of success far too long. I like this idea. It can be taken the wrong way. Like if you have a New Year's resolution to go to the gym more, giving up is not the best choice there is. And you're like, oh wait, it's hard. This kind of sucks. No, that's not. It's like if you're like, I'm going to start an Instagram for my dog, and that's going to be how I'm going to make money. And then like a month in, you got 12 likes and people don't think your dog's that cute. You know, maybe that's when you stop doing the project. That's when you give up. Changing your mind doesn't make you look weak. It makes you look better. True Meggies. True Meggies. If I'm in a conversation with somebody and I make a good point and they go, actually, I hadn't thought about that. You're right. I want to marry them. I want to change my opinion so they're right. If they do that, it is the chaddest thing. It makes them seem like such a fucking chad. I always go like, yo, actually, you know what? I like backtrack. If they double down, I get hardened in my position. I'm like, yo, you're fucking wrong. You're an idiot. But if they go, you got a point. And then I go, well, actually, you know what? You were right about this too. Like literally, changing your mind is a chad thing to do. Don't feel like you have to win most arguments because you're wrong about most things, as most people are, because we're all stupid. We're all dumb, stupid apes. So you're wrong about most things, and so be ready to change your mind. Sorry, this is it. Today's Marketing Monday. Let's go into the wins and fails. He sent me so many. Oh, bars. That is the win of the week. Matriarch.
King Delroy. Yeah, you know you like it. That's why you're here to see which one of these companies will be marked S tier. King Delroy. You've been waiting all week long. It's time to tune in. And since you listen King Delroy right now, make sure to invite some friends. Matriarch. King Delroy.